What about you, Mr. Hubbard? What are you going to be?
It's like a full meal, the first episode. You know, you read that, and it's got this great sense of tone that's so different than anything you've ever seen. Our show really stands on its own as its special thing. And so when reading it, I think we all were like, I want to be a part of this. It's so special. You got your combination of mystery, combination of comedy, a little drama. And even in all of that, it was, what I loved about it was hard to explain at the end of it. I couldn't simply just simplify it in one sentence. And that made me excited because I said, this is a conversation piece, and I think a lot of people are going to have something that resonates with them in this show.
It was poignant, and you're sitting there like, this, it's original. There's nothing like it. And I think most artists want to be a part of something like that, something new, original. Yeah, thought-provoking.
I knew that this guy was cast, so I wanted to play with him. And then the sides that I got to read pretty much were about 3 pages of Giorgio and Dusty's relationship. And when you get to know their relationship, you realize that they're best buds. But Giorgio shows his love in a very interesting way, I think, to his best bud. And then the final line of that was, here's some free tokens. Go have fun in the arcade. You know, and I think once I read that, I was like, yeah, we're going to play that guy right there.
I like little American stories in small towns. You know, these kind of things, particularly in a high-concept show like this, where you're asking a very big question and then seeing a very small community try to answer it. Always been fascinating to me. I'd read the book before I had read the script, and obviously that's the premise, where it's like, how easily led will this town be by this sudden oracle that arrives in a grocery store? And is that somehow a symbol for the rest of America and how it's been behaving? So I kind of was drawn to the themes in that way, and the small town element of it. And I thought it was really funny writing. I mean, Dave and Sarah and all the guys are such great writers, so definitely drawn into that.
I would definitely say, like, the moment I was really like, I really, really like this, and I really want to do it, and I feel like this is just what I'm going to do, is, I've said this before, but when I met Dave and Anu and Sammy over a video call and had a chemistry read, it just seemed so fun and so playful, and so, it just seemed like people that I'd want to be friends with, or the people that I'm working with. And I mean, once I found out this guy was attached, I was like, count me out. But they managed, I was like, oh man. But they managed to, you know, bring me back on board through a lot of coaxing, tender coaxing. Yes.
Good word.
Love a tender cook.
Yes, to build upon what DJ said, is sort of the similar thing of, you know, we're doing all these self-tapes and auditions over Zoom over this pandemic and questioning our lives, and then you get these very special sides written by the man, the myth, the legend right here. And then you hop on the Zoom and you have Dave and you have Anu, who's just like, hi, you know, just like the most like wonderful soul. And you're like, oh my gosh, like through the Zoom, you're just feeling all this love and empathy. And then I got to read with Damon and we read together and it just felt like very right. And since then, I just feel like this whole cast is just immediately we bonded, and yeah, it's been amazing.
Well, for me, I loved the book. I loved the premise of the book, and it just felt like a dream kind of jumping off place for a series. And the pandemic timing, I mean, I was walking around neighborhoods, like looking in windows, trying to imagine what people were doing with their time now that they had this like bus. Sounds very creepy when I say it like that, just like a neighborhood lurker. But you know, I have such curiosity about if people could start over or take a different path, what would they do? And it felt like all the different ways you could explore that in this show with this incredible cast was just an amazing opportunity. I mean, I'd wanted to say writer because I'm incapable of doing anything else. I would also like to paint houses, even though everyone tells me I'd be terrible at that. It seems very meditative and relaxing. So yeah, that's my thing.
Wow, I feel like we could definitely make that happen.
Yeah, well.
We really could. I think Set Deck would be more than happy to have you.
I wanted to say something like World Peacemaker, Gandhi's twin, something like that. So I really put some thought into it. And Gandhi's twin, whatever.
That would be number 2.
Okay, listen. You can't have everything. But I think you'll like what I chose. I wanted Whirling Dervish. I looked up what it stood for, and it was like living a life of abandon. But a dervish is you'll be between a bridge between heaven and between heaven and earth. But I wanted that feeling of representing something that is a bridge to both. But you're whirling dervish.
Well,
yes.
you're close to that.
Free.
You're the best spirit.
Yeah.
So I think you are that.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, heck yeah. I don't mind to be pro wrestler. If I had to switch it all up now, I'd be at the NXT Performance Center right now. I'd be handling my business. Pro wrestler all day. Let's go.
I don't know, just like life lover. Just like you
are that, though.
You guys know me. I have the craziest stories and adventures, and I just want to keep doing that for the rest of my life as long as I'm having a good time.
Actually, Mary Holland, who plays Nat on the show, and we have this text about we have this crime club because we're wildly obsessed with docucrime. So anything of that nature, a docucrime person, whatever that is. A murder victim? Yes, that. Thank you. Yeah.
Well, I can guarantee you whatever mine says, I would be extremely confused. I'm a major indecisive, stereotypical Libra, and I've got questions and I'm confused. And so I would be insane. Like, this would drive me insane, okay? If a machine, oh yes, I wouldn't know what to make of it. I would have 1,800 different versions of whatever it said, and it would drive me crazy. But I think the adventure would be fun of exploring what it means. So I would almost want a blank card and it says, fill in here. But I'm always like in the same vein as these ladies where I want something that when you leave this earth, it gives someone something to talk about that means something to them. You want to leave a mark on people in some way, affecting people in a way.
Multiple lottery winner. Just make it Route 1. Happiness. How about you?